Yes, now blessed now, people. Don't forget to rest now. There's ROCKSTEADY, King of the Pit TV. Gonna finish off this record with a review and go grab some food. Maybe do a bit of cleaning up, to be honest with you, because I need to do the boring stuff today as I'm away tomorrow on me travels. So we listened to Amyl and the Sniffers. It was recommended on Patreon by Marcus. Thank you, Marcus. Marcus puts me on some great music, some great records, and we actually have quite a cool synchronicity of taste. You know, there's a few acts that he's put forward that I've been not only familiar with, but in embrace of their sound, and you know, I appreciate him wholeheartedly for that. He's put me onto Amyl and the Sniffers. Comfort to Me is the record. It's the second album, from what I'm aware, after the self-titled record, and then to be followed on with a record they put out this year, which I'm fascinated to know how that went. So 13 tracks on this record, and where do we start? So if you're just joining me now and you're not looking at the listen through, I like my punk rock music, and this is what would be like marketed as 100% pure heckin' punk rock, mate. So it's fronted by a charismatic rock star with a clear, concise, fun vocal line. Fun accent, organic, honest accent, which helps, you know. Unless you're my mate who's trying to start a rap career and he's Scottish. But in its own way, that's creating a little bit of a following, because people are just like, this don't fucking work. But they can't help but listen because of that. It's good to be honest and organic in the art. And we've got the Sniffers. I assume the Sniffers are a three-piece. Bass, guitar and drums. Production-wise, it's okay. It's not great. It's not a great production. It's a good production because it's not a bad production, but it doesn't really have any character, to be honest. But you know, we're gonna go into a realm now with this review where I'm gonna talk a lot about my own personal tastes and opinions, because I do see why people like this band and this sound and this record. The sound of this record is an accessible way to listen to punk rock music, because generally speaking, like, if it's punk rock music, it's gonna sound shit. Like, honestly, that's part of the quirk and the charm of it. So for this band to sound like a punk rock band yet actually make it listenable, that's incredibly welcoming, and that really sets them apart from the majority of the genre, you know? So by default, we're already distancing ourselves in a fantastic way by doing so. Now, 13 tracks is an appropriate amount. We tend to flirt around the 3-minute mark, I would say, if we average the songs. Could probably make it 12 tracks just because it's a little neater, but 13 tracks is what they've given us. I'm just thinking what I should tick off before we go into the esoteric. Right, yeah, screw it, let's go into it. So, me, I think this is a bit plastic. I think it's a bit plastic. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's real. I think it's very easily marketable, but it's plastic. I don't hear... It's performative. It doesn't possess the spirit of anything adjacent to punk rock. If anything, quite the opposite. Because it's like plain dress up. There's nothing here that pushes a boundary. Not that you need to, but there is no degree of edge. It's a mask masquerading as punk, but the reality of such is It's so safe. It's so safe. And I don't mind safe. I don't mind pop music. I don't mind pop rock music. But to be marketed as a punk rock act, I have to disagree. I have to call this a pop rock act. In all honesty. Amyl clearly is the entity, is the spirit, is the archetype that fulfills the subconscious desires of the incredible market that consume this act, because she exhumes this fantastic essence of abrasive punk rock energy, this fierce energy which is enticing and fun and buoyant and brilliant. But I know ChatGPT didn't do the lyrics, because the lyrics aren't very good. Basic nursery rhyme lyrics. The instrumental is mundane. Absolutely mundane. I don't think this is a punk rock band. And I know I'm approaching this from the lens of punk rock, but this is because so many people around me. My ex-girlfriend loved this band. So I had high hopes. And my ex-girlfriend, family and whatnot, came from like a anarcho-punk background, like first wave feminism and stuff like that. So, come on, let me legitimize that for a second, yeah? I think it's easily marketable, easily picked up by the mainstream. They are being distributed at the very least right now under UMG, Universal Music Group. So they are mainstream. They are signing contracts with mainstream labels who tell them what to do and boss them around. Lyrically speaking, multiple references about making money on the record. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with living your dream as being an artist, being creative, being a musician. But when, generally speaking, the lyrical content is relatively basic, and then we have these bold hints of legitimacy within the commentary of money, we're monetizing, finance. I think it's plastic. I think this is a plastic band. I don't think this is a punk rock band. I don't think this is a legitimate band. I think it's an easy way for the labels to make money and weaponize this and sell it as punk rock when it's not. I'll rate it 5 out of 10. It's all right. It's all right, but it's yeah, it's a shell. It's a shell. There's no soul in it, in my opinion. I bet live, entertaining, great live performance, no doubt. Great entity, as I said, fronted by a very charismatic individual. But as far as the music is concerned, say something I want to hear. You know what I mean? But I'm not the market. I'm not the market. I'm signing out on that one. Peace, one, love, shout.